Hello and welcome to episode 5. I have my co-host Mel back with me today.
Yay!
Hello! Following on from obviously the more serious podcast I did with myself and my why, I wanted to bring some energy, which is Mel.
She found me just wandering around the streets.
And it's an excuse to get our two brain cells back together again. Less structure today. We are going to not so much wing it, but we're just going to talk to each other.
Yeah.
And
Fortunately, getting insight into what we're actually like alone.
You guys can listen to us. So, yes. Mel's going to take it away. What have you been up to, Mel, in all that week that we spent apart? Which might have been 48 hours, if not less.
This week?
I don't know. What day is it? It's Friday, isn't it? Yeah.
It's Friday.
What have you been doing?
I've been working. Working like a dog.
She hasn't. She doesn't work. She colours in for a living.
Yeah, I do. Just puts pictures on a page and hopes for the best. What have I been doing? Trained twice, once with you. I think we had a bit of a blip this week, didn't we, with that time of the month, and Aunt Flo turned up and she caused absolute havoc.
Yeah, the hormones. Bitch week, shark week. It hit us hard.
I don't think.
I questioned my entire existence. So if men, you're lucky that you don't have hormones to tend with.
Yeah, I think I've had the ups and downs this week. I've just wanted to sob and just eat a tiny hot fish. I've been okay today though. It's been good.
Yeah.
So
Do you know what the fix was for Mel? She actually got one of the rarest forms, which was a Claire Bear hug.
All right. You'll broadcast it to people.
That made her feel better. Oh, how's life?
How's life? It's good. Yeah, I've
Anything new?
Oh, you shit. Yeah, started dating, which is nice.
Oh no.
No. Yeah, it's been really nice actually. I think that's where it's been interesting, just trying to juggle like an extra thing going on, but it's an important thing and something that.
I mean, hopefully it isn't a thing. It's a person. Technicality.
It depends on whether this person's going to have a persona at this stage. But yeah, I think you've been in the same boat, haven't you?
Oh, don't deflect. Yeah, I'm not finished. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going well. It's going really, really well. Which is nice because I've been on the single trail for 6 years, walking solo.
Wow.
Been on the dating apps, been off the dating apps, been on the dating apps, been off the dating apps. Been on that nice little merry-go-round now for a while. So some people have kind of been, along the journey, but yeah, you naturally just get a feeling for when someone feels right.
Yeah, and I think dating in 2023, I've been single 4 years actually. Let's say dating in the past 6 years has definitely changed from when we were back in the game. Like,
yeah, I mean, when I first came out of a major relationship, Tinder, I think it was Plenty of Fish. I think was
that's awful. That I have had them all. I've done them all.
Well, that was the one before I'd gone into that relationship. The Tinder thing wasn't. I'd completely bypassed the start of all of that. So when I came out of that big long relationship, I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? I thought this was MSN. Like, I didn't expect to meet people. Like, I was logging back onto Habbo Hotel. Help me! Is anybody out there? So yeah, it's been an interesting journey, and to be honest, like, this poor sod's like, I think we're only 4 dates in, so we're not. This is why it's I'm not mentioning any name, so I'm going as far as that, as much as you want this as content for your podcast.
No, I think it's good. I think, just getting fucking past 1 date these days is pretty good. I'll always say online dating and dating in general, everything is so accessible and disposable that nobody puts the effort in anymore. But I am a little old soul.
I don't know, I think there's an element of timing where you meet the right people at the right time. Because I've certainly been on those dating apps where I've not been in the right headspace. I've just been either on it because I've just wanted a little bit of self-gratification from it's not self-gratification, it's just someone else's. A little bit of an ego boost when you can get them matches, and then I've been on it where I've just wanted to kill some time and go and see someone, or
not really. Get you some, honey.
People, their needs gotta be scratched. But yeah, I think it's a timing thing. I think I've certainly not been in the right headspace sometimes, and sometimes I have, and I've met people that aren't in that right space. That moment, it's a moment in time, I think, where you hit the right people at the right time. But maybe I'm just one of those bigger kind of, I believe everything happens for a reason. So
I've just had some terrible dates, to be honest. I didn't know how to recover from some of them. I genuinely questioned if someone was videoing it and having a fucking laugh when I was going on dates. So I think the worst one was when I dropped them off on the hard shoulder. And then that's probably when I got banned off Tinder as well. I put someone in danger. So that's a story to tell. I'm not going to go into my dating life.
There's a bit more of a backstory as to why it happened. Like,
yeah, there is.
Worth going into that. I mean, more fool him when it wasn't going date well, and you actually got in the car.
I don't think anybody's ever spoke so much and then being told, and I'm a good listener, but you're a good listener when you can't get a fucking word in. So we're just sitting there watching my life slip away, and I thought, I need to get away from him. His card failed. He had to transfer me the money, and walking back to my car, I thought, yes, I'm free. No, I know I wasn't.
Ball of right?
No, it's just been... it hasn't been good. It's hard dating, especially when you're in your 30s and everyone's at a weird stage in their life. And
that clock's ticking somehow, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. Mentally, I'm still 12.
It's the fit size 12 clothes, age 12 clothes.
I'm a size... I'm the same height as a child, but yes.
Oh. That was nice.
There's mine and Mel's dating life, how it's going for you.
You lucky things.
Yeah.
I was going to say what Claire's not saying is that she's also on a very similar wavelength as well, so I don't know if you're actually going to say anything. She's been smiling away and beaming away this week, which...
No, There's been a date. It's someone I know or knew. He's been in my life before. And he's just popped back up. I think it was the persistence of this person and his genuinity. Is that a word? If it's not a word, it is now. But someone that's genuine, and you think like their intentions are there, and maybe he called me out on something, and I thought, maybe you are right. I'm not going to solidify if you are right.
He's got some balls.
In case you listen. Yeah, I like a bit of balls. I need that. A bit of backbone. But no, like, it is hard dating. I think sometimes you just have to let go, jump in, dip the toe in.
I don't know why my head's going to so many euphemisms, even they're not even close.
Just see how it goes. And I think having a little bit of vulnerability, because that fear of fucking getting fucked over and self-sabotaging ourselves comes in, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Guilty. So, yeah. But we're both enjoying what is dating at the minute with some good people.
It's fun, and it's nothing... At this moment, I'm trying to not make it serious, because it's supposed to be a fun part of the whole process.
Yeah, we're enjoying it for what it is. If it's something mega, if it's not, we've still got each other.
Got a little pact.
You have. Friends are for life, guys. Friends are for life.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something then. It's gone out of my head.
I'm sure it'll be back. We will chat shit for a bit, but
I feel like we've got Claire's group, and Chris, you're going to get a shout out here, but I feel like he's our number one fan, and I think that would have been a soundbite that goes onto the Claire t-shirt. We're going to chat shit 5 minutes tick. Next topic.
Well, the organised fun. That's us. But no, we will actually have some context for you all to take away today, and something that you can hopefully carry over into your life. If not, you can laugh at our life and how
dramatic and mediocre it is.
We spend way too many Fridays together we have dinner together, don't we? We plan dinner in with each other.
Like little old ladies.
So the guys that date us, we do come as a package. Not in the sense that you're hoping for either. Right. We are going to move on to an actual topic. What's the topic, Mel?
I don't know.
It's living life and progress. What does that mean to you?
In terms of like the coaching sense, in terms of the health and fitness sense.
Like everybody thinks living life stops, don't they? So you want to achieve a physique. How would you, before me, have done that? What do you have thought you had to do?
I mean, I would have naturally been on like the Pinterest, the Instas, I think obviously I've mentioned it before where I did the Joe Wicks 90-day plan, like just hoping and praying for some form of structure solution that would give me something.
Yeah.
I think that's where I was headed, or what, which is obviously why we've already talked about this before in terms of why I kind of come to you. But yeah, it's just that progress, isn't it? I think from my point of view now, and obviously I can only speak from where I'm at in my life, is that obviously we've got my physique to a certain point, and then it's that progress point. I mentioned it to you before, where it's that plateau feels like it's starting to level off a little bit.
Right.
Because for where I was this time last year to where I am now, I feel like I'm in a good place. I'm gonna stop tapping.
No, Mel's physique. There'll always be clients that shock me. Obviously, I know what I'm doing, but I wasn't expecting the results I actually saw in Mel. She has now my little mini Dana Lynn Bailey.
I'm still trying to figure out who that is.
It's my favourite bodybuilder, but yeah, she has worked hard. The penny did drop, but she looks amazing for what is actually a short time. Yeah. Dare I say she surpassed my expectations and the physique that I designed. Fangirl.
No longer that potato. But no, it's that kind of like that plateau now. So for me personally, it's then trying to figure out, right, okay, well, how do I continue to push? How do I continue to make that progress when in Mel of old would have been like, oh, I'm happy now, let's just stop. Yeah. And I'll just go back to my old ways. It
never actually stops. So I think this is what people need to accept. They always think, right, I'm going to do this. Life stops. Life's on hold. Can't do anything. I'm going to dedicate my time to exercise and diet. And they think once they've achieved them results, they think they deserve to keep them forever without the actions that actually got them there.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's that. What do you say? Is it don't fail? Don't fuck up once or don't fuck up twice.
Oh no, don't miss twice.
Yeah, sorry, I do try and listen and read.
She doesn't.
But it's that keeping that momentum going, isn't it? Now, which is nice. Like the steps are still there. What are you laughing at?
Yeah, Mel. If you can hear tapping, Mel's tapping the fucking table because she can't just keep her hands to herself. I've got a pen. Pen keeps me.
Okay. Yeah, it's just keeping that. It's the progress, it's the daily things that keep you going, and obviously within the app that you've got for us, it keeps that accountability on the daily. I want to see as many green ticks as possible, so that where that progress is still going is because I just chase them, that kind of like them ticks, and then that kind of going that I want to keep going, I want to keep doing, I want to keep progressing. So it's trying to shift mindset now, is that I'm happy in terms of where I'm at physique wise, but how can I now continue and either keep that going or get better and get stronger or get leaner.
Would you say you've had to stop living life and enjoying things to get the results?
Not over the course of when I've been with you. I definitely haven't. I mean, there's been points where I've probably reined it in a little bit more, but I think the question would be, was I probably too far? Did I need reining in?
But you've still been able to enjoy life, have fun, and it hasn't been a detriment to your life, like coaching's hopefully added to it. Yeah. Maybe. The coach itself.
Yeah, it's not felt once you've got them initial kind of things and the initial kind of building blocks in place, it shouldn't feel like it's a diet, it shouldn't feel like it's going to the gym, it should feel natural, like a natural progression into like for example now I schedule in I've got to go for my walk in the morning, whereas that was a big learning habit forming thing. So
why'd you go for your walk, Mel?
Because I enjoy seeing the ducks in the morning.
Oh, little baby ducks.
But no, because obviously if I don't get the steps in the morning, I'm probably not going to get them at night. You kind of probably got a taste of what my job's like from the day to day when you sat at a desk all day. If you don't...
I have, but it's still a non-negotiable for me to still get moving anyway.
Which is why I get out in the morning, because I know I'm not going to get that time during the day. Or
because I think a lot of people are guilty. They'll always say, oh, I haven't got time, I've got a desk job. So I can't get out to do steps. I don't like saying steps, I like saying walking, because we just associate steps with just going out and doing it for the sake of it, but it does benefit your health, helps you keep moving. People that struggle to lose weight, well, how much you actually move, and if you can't even do 8,000 minimum steps a day, that means you're not moving for a good chunk of what is, well, essentially 16 hours if you take away sleep time. So that's worrying in itself, that people are just happy to vegetate and sit there.
Yeah, I mean, it's much more... I'm worried about winter, just because it's harder to get out. It is hard because nobody wants to get out.
Scared
in
for
the rain.
winter.
I don't want to get on my weather sun. But it's easier at the moment because the weather's gorgeous. It's nice to get out and actually, but it does clear your head. But in terms of going back to that, like living life, like, you know, I feel like the last 2 months I've actually been out more than what I would have done over the course of 6-8 months.
I'd say if you look after your health, it adds to your life because you feel better, your confidence is there, you're moving better, and you just feel happier within yourself. Yeah,
and it's just a shift in mindset. So, for example, I've got a busy week coming up in the next week, like the next 7 days, but it's right. Okay, so for example, tomorrow, I've got my friends coming round, and then we'll probably have some drinks and some.
You've
food.
got friends outside of me.
I know, shocker. But you know, it means that right, I can probably eat certain types of foods, not go absolutely completely nuts, but then knowing full well that I'm still going to train 4 times a week, knowing that if I'm going for a Sunday roast on Sunday, that's still quite a decent meal to have. Like I'm still getting my protein, still getting my veg. You know, it's just not going stupid. It's not having the starters. It's not having the cakes if I've not allocated for that.
It's just being more mindful because people associate, like, they'll think, oh, well, I'm going out, I'm off track now, and then they just end up overeating for the sake of it, or they'll order like a 4-course meal just for the sake of it because they can have it. Food's always going to be there. You're always going to be able to have it. Like, nobody ever says, oh, you can't have it, because if you say you can't have something, like, I don't know if anyone's like me, I'd just want to even fucking more.
It's just being mindful. I think I always see, like, I track calories, so that's my budget for the day.
Yeah.
So I've got to think about how I spend that budget, and if I'm not spending it wisely, then it's going to impact me. Yeah. But if I can plan ahead.
But even if you've done it for the day and you are slightly over, you can pull it for the day after. It's your weekly total that's going to account for your week.
And I was certainly one of those people where I would restrict, fucking blow out at the weekend, and then wonder why I wasn't getting anywhere because. You know, I can pull it all back during the week, but in actual fact, I was probably having 5 days worth of calories over the space of 2, like, which is just pointless, like, because I was restricting myself so much to the point where I was like, oh, I'll just have a cheat day, which wasn't a cheat day, it was a cheat weekend, which then rolls into Monday, and then what's the point? Because you think, well, I'll just want that anyway. It's just a bit more control, but I think it's easier said when you're actually gaining momentum. It's a little bit harder, I think, when you've not quite got that kind of momentum going. So it's having that mental perseverance to keep going and going, this is what I'm doing, this is why I'm doing it.
Accountability and the guidance on it, that does help. When someone's watching you more, I like to succeed, but I like to show how simple it is because people do overcomplicate it, and obviously I practice it myself. Like, it isn't suffering, it's not supposed to be. But people,
you can still go out, you can still have a steak and veg, you can still have steak and chips if you want to, if you've allocated for it. Like, I think a lot of people, I know quite a few people, before they go to a restaurant, they'll look at the menu, so plan what you're going to have. Like, it's not...
Maybe I do that.
You can get yourself excited, but then go, actually, well, if I want that dessert, then you go, well, maybe I've got to rein it in a little bit on the main. Like, it's not... Or if you want that cocktail, then maybe just, you know what I mean, allocate for it, like, or having planned it for the week. Yeah,
so that's, you're still living life there, but when anyone that starts anything, they think dieting and exercise, it's just suffering and it has to be absolutely grueling and extreme, and it doesn't. I've done it in the past. Where
it's on and off all the time, though. It's
you're more off than you are on, though, because you've done it that extreme, like, liquid shakes, liquid diets, fads, fat burners, everything. I did everything to get somewhere, and it didn't get me anywhere, just to overeating. And obviously here I am now, flexible, happier, stronger, leaner.
Pizza for tea.
Yeah, we had pizza and a salad with chicken for tea. It's not tea, it's dinner though. It's dinner to me.
Alright, well, that's the true Wiganer in me.
But no, it isn't boring diets, and that's what I want to show people. Like, it is frustrating when people are just eating dust, or they're having...
What would you normally have for a day? What is the average Claire diet?
Well, I'm on a diet at the minute, but today I've still included my bacon medallions on a bagel. I've had a peri rice chicken meal from Aldi, and
you are working on commission for that, by the way. Everyone is
they're
like,
so tasty.
You gotta get it.
They're cheap as well, and they are high in protein. And then we had our pizza and chicken salad, just because I enjoy the salad. It isn't because it's a diet food and it's a little bit of volume.
We were talking about this before, though, in the sense that, like, it's that mental thing of having a plate that looks like there's more on it.
And some of if it doesn't satisfy you, you're going to look for something else, and that's when people start to overeat. So eat things are going to be satisfying, curb the cravings, but people have a low protein diet, and that's when they start to crave more, they're hungrier because they're just eating calorie dense foods, and that's how people overeat.
There's not really much of an excuse now either, because you go into Aldi and you can't walk past anything without it having 20 grams of protein on it, or bagels, yogurts, mousses, puddings.
This isn't to say just get processed foods either.
No, of course. But
we can still have whole foods.
I for one certainly need that. I'm a sweet fiend, so I'll allocate my calorie budget for, I call it like a fake chocolate gatto, which is like the Aldi protein mousses with a bit of whipped cream and some raspberries on. Like, that's my kind of treat. But I think it's like 180 calories. Does that sound right? Maybe 200 calories or so.
I think the puddings themselves are 152, aren't they? Or 160.
Yeah, so I'd say about 180. And then that's a fuller bowl rather than just having the mousse, and I feel like I'm having a treat then.
Yeah.
Jelly and whipped cream is normally another one if I've not allocated for enough calories, because I'm just a big kid. Oh, I enjoy it.
Oh, it doesn't do it for that. Jelly is a prep 5 for me though, but if I was absolutely desperate I would have it.
That's just for me to get that kind of sweetness out, because I would have normally have hit my protein.
I think when, obviously I'm a tiny person, I'm only 5'2", but when calories are lower, just be a little bit smarter with your foods. Like, just think volumes and what you are actually going to enjoy. If I didn't enjoy something, I wouldn't eat it and I wouldn't stay on track. I'd be looking to see what's next. But it's took me, just over 4 years to get to a point where I've got that control with food. And it's actually, I've maintained for over a year, which I've never done. I've always reverted the other way. So, yeah.
So off the back of obviously having a week off last week, how did you feel? Because you'd gone from probably not tracking your calories to going to more of a reduced calorie.
Yeah, so obviously I was quite flexible and mindful in that week off. One thing my coach said was just to take away all the stresses. So I didn't have to train, but I trained on a couple of days where I just wanted to move. I wasn't tracking food, but I was mindful in what I was eating, and obviously we did go out for some drinks and food. Did we overeat and go absolutely stupid? No. Did we drink more than what we needed? Yeah. But we had a good time, and we didn't roll that into doing it for the entire week. Like, we enjoyed it for what it was. And if we just go off scale weight, I didn't actually put anything on because I was mindful in what I was doing, and I didn't see myself as being off and on. I just saw myself enjoying a little bit more of a relaxed state. Yeah.
Have you found coming back into the week where you've had to be a little bit more focused and less relaxed?
I'm probably lucky in the sense I've done it for that long. I only have to flick a switch. Has it been a little bit more difficult eating less? Yes, because I have got a big appetite. But if you want results and you want to make an impact and get somewhere, then sometimes you have to fucking suck it up and get on with it.
Stop being a little bitch.
But no, people complain like that if they're not getting results, but then they don't put the actions in. And what was Emma's quote? You can't complain about the results you didn't get without the work that you didn't do.
Sure.
It's that, but it's true. Like, people think they deserve the results. They think they should keep them. They think that they're hard done by when they've not got them, but they've actually not put that work in. It's how many excuses you'll accept for yourself on a daily basis, and I won't accept any. Even if I miss my steps, I will make sure I get them back, but we aren't missing them tonight because we have little romantic walks together post-podcast to get them in.
I'm just checking that we're on. I'm fine in mine.
I'll be having a walk and taking Mel out with me because I like people to walk with me anyway, and it helps her get more in because her step count will be going up soon. But no, product of your environment. I think your support team helps, and I think I've got a good support team around me to keep me going. Yeah.
Oh, you big melt.
No, it does help.
I have struggled this week, I'll be honest, coming off the back of last week, being off. I was only 3 days last week, but getting back into the rhythm of things, when I naturally kind of switch off and naturally relax a little bit more, it's trying to then get thinking, right, how do I get back into that rhythm? Because I do think a rhythm and a routine does help.
Yeah.
I certainly, I find it easier when I'm in the office. I can't help it. I am tapping the table again. I find it easier when I've got a routine, especially when I've got people around me. Like, when I'm back in the office, I've got people to kind of like not hold me accountable, but to like, oh right, what you eating there? What are you doing there? Like, what's going on?
Structure and routine does help, but then it's knowing if you know yourself when you fall out of a routine how hard it is to get back on, then probably easing yourself back into it gradually, not expecting it to be perfect and just throwing yourself in and then getting frustrated if it isn't quote perfect, because doing something or the small steps towards it's still going to help you get there, as opposed to
again, I think it's just that perfectionism that comes through. Because I'll still hit my steps. I will still hit my steps this week. I'll still be hitting 4 days worth of training, and although my calories are probably a little bit wavy than what I'd like them to be, I'm still in a good place than where I would have been had I not.
So there's still positives there. It isn't about being perfect, because perfect doesn't exist, nor will we ever achieve it on a daily basis, and it's exhausting if we try and chase it. If you chase perfect, you're always going to feel let down if it isn't perfect. Is that true?
That sounds about right.
But we aren't. I never look for perfect in anyone. So obviously we have got them. Like Mel's non-negotiables is her steps, her training, and making sure there's protein in each meal. Whereas the old Mel probably would have had to keep starting over and spinning her wheels. Yeah,
definitely. It's always that, I'll do it on Monday mentality, when actually what's the point? Because Monday does come. It does eventually come around.
It does come, but not associating certain days with certain tasks. Like, nobody seems to enjoy a Monday because they associate it with a long, hard day, but each day is what you make it, and you can start whenever. Like, I think I said to you, why not Sunday? Because you're not doing anything Sunday. Am I seeing you Sunday? But no, like, not just waiting for Monday, not waiting for the perfect time, not waiting for the perfect month. Like, it's summer now, so people think, oh, I'll wait until summer's over to get started with things, and just nothing ever materialises because you're always waiting for a time that's probably never going to come. There ain't no perfect time, guys.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I would have always been that. If I knew I had a wedding or I knew I had a party coming up, I would have probably been in the gym in May, like trying to play catch up. But in actual fact, it's a lot easier if you have that steady incremental kind of flow. But obviously, it's a lot easier to say than do.
It is, and I think if people accept the fact that it is a lifestyle, and I know I say this a lot, and it isn't for everyone. I'm not saying go in the gym and get jacked. Like, not everybody wants that muscular frame, but accept that your health does matter. You still need to move. You still need to train. It isn't just for an occasion. Like, we're not just doing it to look good, but obviously we want to be healthier.
It's so weird because I'm doing a bit of research this week with, I suppose, high-performing CEOs, and I think they say that a lot of them kind of get into health and fitness because it helps them become better leaders, it helps them become better people, because they've got that clarity of thought. They're not just focused on
your productivity
day-to-day.
Increases.
But you've got something else to channel all of that energy into, which then you can then feed it back into your day jobs. Like, I'm sure that a lot of the people that you certainly work with are high, executive kind of like professionals where they've got high stress jobs and they've got lots going on. So
they benefit more from breaking away from just being in that stressed environment, because obviously stress isn't good for you. But if you go in and start doing exercise, you're going to release the endorphins, you're going to feel happier, your nutrition's better, you're going to have more energy to then put into your work, and you're going to show up better. So it's not just running yourself into the ground with, oh, I'm in work, I can't move away from my desk, and then your productivity and the quality of work just drops from that anyway.
Well, yeah, and especially if you've got a high-pressure, high-performing job, like, a person needs them physical them moments, and then even if it's an hour, if it's 20 minutes, if it's 2 hours, whatever that is to that person, then that's their time, isn't it? That they can either switch off, or I think Stephen Bartlett calls it his flow state, where he's not really thinking about anything other than just doing. And I think as a human being, just doing something is better than kind of being on all the time.
Yeah. Just getting it out. Like, it is a good outlet training though, and it doesn't have to be an hour. Like I'll always say to someone, just get in the gym, get moving for 20 minutes, or at night if you struggle to switch off, like, your best thoughts come to you at night after a walk, and then you can just jot that down and go to bed in a nice peaceful little state and go sleep. Go sleep. We should be in bed now because it's 10:15. We're sat together talking to you guys, but
riveting Friday night.
We do this every week. It's our little thing now.
I know. Lucky pair.
But no, hopefully there's things that you could take away from this podcast.
This is the longest one that we've done, actually. This is currently...
Oh, God, we've teetered towards 30 minutes. We must enjoy talking.
We try and stick to 20 minutes, but I think we must have had a lot to say today. We're probably waffling on about dating, to be fair.
Yeah, we did. Hopefully you've enjoyed our dating life. If not, we'll keep you updated on that. But
Thanks for listening, Chris.
Thanks, Mum. But no, if anybody does have any questions or if there's anything they want on the podcast, you can reach out to me. If anybody needs any help in coaching, you know where I am. Drop me a message on Instagram or via the website link.
And don't talk to me, I don't want to hear anything.
Yeah, Mel's just here for the support, really. We just like to talk to each other. But no, thank you for listening, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. All the best.
Goodbye.